All right, look, my name is Dr. Stephen Strange.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, please support the channel by hitting the like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. Today we'll be talking about the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Wave 2 What If Doctor Strange Supreme. So this review might contain spoilers about the Doctor Strange episode and What If, so if you're not caught up on this series, spoiler warning. Anyway, moving on, here we have Doctor Strange Supreme in the standard Marvel Legends packaging. Here at the front we have that logo for the What If series as well as a label that says Disney Plus, and below it says Doctor Strange Supreme. And at the top we have a nice image of the Watcher here. Yeah, this looks good. At the side we have a nice artwork of Doctor Strange Supreme, and the same on the other side. Then at the back we have a brief bio of the character. If you want to read that, you can pause the video. And here we have the other figures from the wave. Alright, let's get Doctor Strange Supreme out of the packaging. And here we have the Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, so just a quick background on this character. So in this reality, Christine Palmer decides to go with Doctor Strange to that Neurological Society conference, and this seals her doom as she later dies in that car accident. Strange becomes a master of the mystic arts in an attempt to undo her death and find a way to bring her back, and this leads to him going down a path of dark magic. The Ancient One later points out that her death is an absolute point and must not be changed. It's like the concept of a fixed point in time in Doctor Who. He does succeed in bringing her back, but this results in the destruction of his universe, along with Christine herself, and this leaves him as the sole survivor. I like this episode because of the absolute point concept. It kind of brings back some Doctor Who feels, you know? And I do not view this version of Strange as evil, just someone who got lost, and that even the best fall down sometimes. Anyway, moving on, before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. So beside the Build-A-Figure piece for the Watcher, this Doctor Strange comes with one pair of hands, this Time Stone Mandala effect, and an alternate Cloak of Levitation. Taking a look at these hands, these are sculpted very nicely. Nice flesh tone here, nothing too crazy about this. I do wish there were more alternate hands for this figure, but you can also actually use some other hands from other MCU figures, like this hands from the MCU Shang-Chi figure. So yeah, it ports in very nicely as well. So looking at this Time Stone Mandala effect, I think we got this before from the Infinity War 3-pack Doctor Strange. But anyway, this looks sick. I love how the runes and symbols all over this mandala effect are sculpted nicely. And I like how it's not that hard to discern or see, and it makes me really excited to do some Time Stone stop motion, you know. However, it is a bit of a disappointment that they didn't include the Eye of Agamotto itself as an accessory, as this version of Strange still has it, and it would be weird to use this Time Stone effect without the Eye of Agamotto. If you do have some previous Doctor Strange figures for the MCU, you can use the Eye of Agamotto accessory from those if you want. But still, it would have been great to have this version of Strange have his own eye. Anyway, using this Time Stone effect is a bit tricky. You gotta be careful when porting it in, as you might break it if you use too much force. Wow, this looks very cool. And you can also use this Time Stone effect on previous Doctor Strange figures, like this 2016 Doctor Strange figure I have right now. Taking a look at this alternate Cloak of Levitation. So why is it alternate? As Strange goes down the dark path, he gets separated from the original Cloak of Levitation, and as he immerses himself more in dark magic and absorbs lots of mystical creatures, he encounters this mystical bug who has this cloak for flight, and he decides to take this cloak for himself. I like the feel of this cloak accessory. I love how the inside of this cloak has this gloss paint, while the outside has this flat matte paint here. It's great that they didn't skimp out on us on the details of this cloak. I'm loving what we're getting here. The details here, the pattern on the inside of the cloak, I like this. It looks very great. And at the back as well, they continued that pattern we saw from the inside. Yeah, and this gold pattern here at the edges of the cloak, I like it. It looks very nice. And the color of this cloak also looks very sick. I like the size. I like how it towers over Doctor Strange, you know? And attaching it is very easy. There's this peg hole at the back. So yeah, you just do it like so. The collar area floats a bit above his shoulders though. So yeah, it looks a bit weird and strange. Yeah, pun intended. Anyway, I think it's meant for that pose where Strange tries to stop the destruction of his universe. Another thing that I want to point out that frustrates me here is the cloak here easily falls down when you move the figure. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. But anyway, the cloak here on Doctor Strange looks very cool. Taking a look at the figure itself, starting with the head sculpt. So yeah, I think this head sculpt that we got here looks great. It does capture the likeness of the animated Strange in the What If series. So yeah, this looks very nice. The hollow cheekbones here are also sculpted nicely. Yeah, so this appearance change is similar to how Lord Voldemort, yeah, that's how you say it. Anyway, how his appearance changes drastically as he becomes more immersed in dark magic. So yeah, this concept looks very great. I also like that they painted the shadows under his eyes here. Yeah, very cool. The hair sculpt looks great as well. Yeah, they also did the gray streaks at the side and at the back here. I'm just not sure if it's the lighting, but there is a very slight difference in the shade of brown between his hair and his Van Dyke here. Looking at the rest of the figure, I'm loving this color on this Doctor Strange figure. Is this maroon? I think it's maroon. Anyway, the upper torso here is a brand new sculpt. So this symbol here in the center, this appears in his classic suit in the comics. So yeah, it's a great way to pay homage to that classic outfit of his. And removing the cloak of levitation, yeah, there's the peg hole at the back. Nice wrinkling here in the arms as well. So yeah, these are new pieces as evidenced by the new pinless technology here. I also like that he has this golden armbands here. So yeah, the gold paint here looks great. Looking at the bottom of the figure, nice maroon paint apps here in the skirt. I'm liking this orange touch here. And there's also some nice wrinkling and detail here in the pants and shoes as well. So yeah, great details. So these parts here are actually just reused from the Doctor Strange figures and comparing it with the previous Doctor Strange. So yeah, the skirt and leg pieces here are just the same. You'd also notice that this doesn't use pinless technology here in the knees. So yeah, it's really just the same. Overall, I love the look and sculpt of this Doctor Strange figure. I also like to point out that color scheme aside, this Doctor Strange look and outfit resembles his classic look in the comics. Even the cloak here with the gold edges, so yeah, that's great. Let's go over the articulation. So the cloak of levitation doesn't actually hinder the articulation, so yeah, that's nice. So Doctor Strange can look up that far, yeah, that looks good. And he can look down as well. His head can rotate, and there's some forward, backward shifting motion, just a little bit. And there's also some nice neck pivot here. Yeah, that looks great. And another thing that I noticed here is that the neck itself can also rotate, so yeah. And popping it off, yep, the neck here is actually a separate piece, like with some of the other recent figures, like the WandaVision Scarlet Witch and the Infinity Saga Endgame Iron Man. So moving on, his arms can bend upward very far, a little over the 90-degree mark, and they can bend down all the way as well. His shoulders rotate 360. He has a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, yep, nice pinless joints there. His wrists can rotate and move up and down. He has a diaphragm pivot that allows him to move sideways, bend forward, and backward as well. His legs can move upward only that far and not so much backwards. His hips do move outward only that far, so yeah, the ropes here hinder the leg articulation a lot. He has a thigh cut here, double jointed knees. He has calf rotation. His ankles do move up and down as well, and he also has ankle pivot. Now for some figure comparisons, here's the new What If Doctor Strange Supreme figure next to the previous 2016 movie Doctor Strange. And yeah, the heights line up well. And you can actually try a head swap if you want. So yeah, the new Doctor Strange head fits in well with the old body, but the old head won't fit well with the new body. And if you notice, there's also a slight difference in the flesh tone between the head of this new figure and the old one. But yeah, for me, I don't think it's that noticeable. So yeah. And here's the new Doctor Strange What If figure next to the Spider-Man Far From Home figure. So yes, this figure scales up pretty well. And here's the Doctor Strange figure next to the Endgame Iron Man from the Infinity Saga. So yeah, these two look great together. And here's the Doctor Strange Supreme figure next to the WandaVision Scarlet Witch. So yeah, I do hope we see these two fight together or fight one another, whichever it is. I think it'll look very cool. So that's my review of the What If Doctor Strange Supreme figure. This figure has excellent sculpt, excellent paint apps. For the accessories, I do wish they included more alternate hands and the Eye of Agamotto accessory. And because of the plastic of the robes, just a decent amount of articulation. If you're wondering where I got this figure, so I got it at a local store here in the Philippines called the Red Lily Project. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you still haven't, hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.